Make sure you do your regular intro and tell them that it's what it is. And
okay, Del Campo here. Got this Valiant. We parked it. You know how it is. Runswin Park or Ranwin Park. And here it is. It's been a year. We didn't mean to park it for a year. It's just been sitting for a year. You know how that can happen. We hooked up another battery to it that we know is good, so it'll probably crank. We filled the carburetor up with gas. This is filthy. Do you have any flat tires?
I don't think. It's been sitting under this rather large oak tree.
And it's got tires leaning on it. Jeez.
Yeah, it's got some Mustang wheels. Well, it ought to bring up fuel. It doesn't have any fuel pressure yet.
Okay.
We got 2 batteries.
I don't want to wipe the batteries out. Okay.
Give it a little goosey.
Ranwin Park. Ranwin started. Well, I didn't expect that. I figured after a year it would just be angry with me.
Does it have brake pedal?
Brake pedal.
All right, what about the transmission? Does it go into drive or does it just stall?
I was going to let it run for a minute before I try to do that.
No, I don't remember anymore. I'll have to watch the video. All right, I'm going to start clearing out around the car, and then maybe by then it'll be warmed up enough to try and move it. From the dash and the gauges and everything.
It's filthy in here.
That's okay. Here, close the door so they can...
Here we are on the inside. There, gas gauge pegged on empty. I think it works, but I don't remember. It's been a while. This is going to be a project car, so... Oh, we left tools up here. Oh, we've probably been looking for those Allen wrenches. Knobs for a radio that's probably missing. Wow, this thing had aftermarket air in it. I forgot that. There's the air conditioning thing. Because that's how the air conditioning was on these. It was, I don't know if they were aftermarket. Even the factory ones, I guess the air hung below the dash. How the headliner looked, I guess it's messed up, but it's messed up back there where we're going to cut the roof, so that might be okay. I don't know. We got the door panel up in the shop, so the door panel's off. Everything's filthy. Look at this windshield. I can sort of see out of it, kind of like a shower door. Oh, there's no door latch in here. Oh yeah, there is. I just forgot where it was. It's down here. It sounds pretty good. I'm gonna see what happens when I put it in gear. See if it keeps running. Reverse. Nothing. Drive. 2. 1 doesn't feel like it goes into 1. Feels like the linkage isn't quite right. But that's okay. It'll drive.
Should we wash it?
Yeah, you want me to pull it over there? Okay, this thing is filthy, so Kim's getting her pressure washer out. We're gonna try to clean it up a bit. It started running bad when I pulled it up here.
It did.
Nosing down, and I think it's running out of gas. Yesterday it was 24 degrees. The day before it was 27 degrees. So that's like below 0 Celsius. It was cold. Today it's 65 degrees. It's pretty nice. I hope we don't have another cold snap like that. That was not nice.
It will get cold like that, but not.
Yeah, but not early in November. You know, that thing runs so good. I didn't think it would start up that well after a year of sitting there. You know, these trees, I liked oak trees when I moved in here. And you know what? I don't like them so much anymore because they dump crap all over. All year they get always something falling out of the oak trees. And it's sticky.
Fresh coat of paint on it. Remember we painted this hood last?
Yeah, we painted the hood and the deck lid. Oh, when a snail goes over, eats it. They take this stuff, whatever falls on these cars off these trees, the snails come along and they eat it. Or something. They're all, look at up here. That's where the snails are eating that algae or whatever it is.
Almost a guide coat on this paint job.
It's a guide coat, yeah. Oh, I don't want to sand that into the car. Oh, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, it is.
All right, starting to look better. Looking a lot better. See that on camera, but it sure looks better in person.
It still looks like trash, but now it looks like hot
It
trash.
looks like clean trash. There's a couple of rusty spots, but it isn't bad. Nothing that can't be dealt with. Yeah, there's this spot right behind the rear wheel. You know, there's on both sides a quarter panel, but that's repairable. It's not junk. This thing runs so good.
Unrepairable.
Well, there's people that would say that. Yeah, they'd be in the bank trying to get a loan for 90 grand. Buy another car.
I would never drive a car that somebody else has owned.
I had a friend, his mother said that. You wouldn't want a car somebody else had. This door, which has all its guts out of it, man, is this thing light. It feels like it weighs nothing. It feels like an airplane part. It actually fits pretty good. But we gotta lop this off. This frame comes off like we did on the other side. Oh, we gotta grind here. So we have good metal. And then we'll weld this door on. And that'll start stabilizing this thing. So when we have the top off of it, the car will be stable. After we weld, we'll have to tap these in a little bit, or when you close the door, it'll probably just go in. You want to weld this? I'm gonna have real difficulty seeing in there. I ground off just the edge of that because I can't go in there too far because it'll rip the thing out of my hand. And you got that somewhat in there. I don't know if there's even edges. Yeah, there's edges that can be welded. Go tack down like this and just get.
Scoot your knee over that way.
I don't know what you
So
want.
when you close the door, there's a wide gap. That's a lot of weld.
Yeah, and the front door, the front is the correct gap.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's like
for
the
a door
door's too
gap.
short. What they did, whoever fixed this door, they split the difference. This was really wide, and that was really wide. Now we got the front door right, and we got this huge gap back here. So
we're just making a filler.
we're making a filler thing. We're gonna weld that, and that'll be good.
And then we'll use short strand, and it'll be perfect.
We gotta weld this door shut. This is gonna be the new quarter panel. The door and the quarter panel is gonna become the quarter panel. But this gap is way too big. This door had some bodywork done on it in the past, and they did a really terrible job fitting it. So the gap is huge. So what we did was we tack welded sheet metal in there as a filler, and now we're gonna weld the door shut, but we got something to back it up, so we're not just welding against a gap, but it's still gonna take some weld, but at least there's something there.
You don't like this idea. You said it's kind of hackery.
Well, it does look kind of hackery, but it would look, I don't know, bridging the gap's not good either. We're fixing somebody else's mess. Having a piece of sheet metal back there's a good thing. At least we have something to weld against.
We started using the fluting pliers, and that was a lot of work, so we just started cutting reliefs out. And then we'll weld it the whole full way up, and then if it's a little bit of a valley there, we can just fill that up with short strand. But it'll still be really solid. It'll weld solid, don't you think?
You want to start welding? You're doing good with the welding tonight. You're making really nice welds. So I can hold this thing in place and you get it tacked in place. Big gap. Difficult, really difficult welding. So now there's a bunch of gobs. We've got to grind them off.
He's mad.
Well, I don't like messes like that. One of the problems I'm having is this door has like a pinch seam back there, and I think there's crud down in that pinch seam, so when I touch it with a welder it just blows out. This side doesn't do this. This side welds really nice. It takes just a microsecond too long, it just comes out. It's like there's water or something in there. Same thing happened the other side, but the gap wasn't as big, so it wasn't quite as bad. But it's going to be a bunch of grinding, and I got a lot of time in this. I still got to do this. I'm doing like a spot, and then blows out, you know, and then I got to fix it.
You kind of have to lay down the ground.
Maybe I'll let you do it. Maybe you're a better welder than I am. I get it. Maybe I get that pinch seam too hot. I don't know, but that's where the problem is.
No, I did some on the other side, and it was just it was
spatter
garbage.
out like that.
Yeah. I'm not arguing what you're saying. Like, you're absolutely, yes, you're describing the issue.
And
it sucks.
And this, we will just cut that out and put new metal there. I'll make a new piece for it before we cut it out. I'll trace it and cut it and just
you're
weld
gonna
new metal in.
Want to cut well outside that rust because it's miserable. I mean, this car was never meant to last this long, and here we are.
Oh, they didn't
chopping it up.
They didn't build this the last 54 years. It was wrecked here. It was wrecked over there in the front end. The hood was all bent shit, and they bonded over it like this. All three of those places, they got it kind of straight. Well, there's evidence on the inside where they pulled it out with drilling holes and pulled it out. They bonded over it, but I bet it was flash rusted or something before they put the Bondo in, because all that Bondo's got rust underneath it, and that's why it's all checked like that. And who knows when they could have done that the first year of the car was 1972 or something. I don't know. If it had been very old and had this much, it would have been totaled. So there, it was probably fairly new. So that was probably done 50 years ago or more.
Those 13-inch wheels look silly on this car. We're going to have to
they do.
Get some better wheels. Yeah, we might still get a different rear end for this car at some point. It's fine for now, but if, that ain't a truck rear end, I'll tell you that.
It's got a little 6-cylinder in it, automatic in it. I mean,
Yeah.
We're not racing it.
Nope.
Just gonna be a grocery getter or something. Be pulling that little trash trailer out there.
Oh, that's right. We can put a hitch on it because it'll be a truck.
It'll be a truck.
We can't do stuff like this in most states. They won't allow you to.
What? Just
change it from a car to a truck.
It's not is an El Camino a truck or is it a car? Or a Subaru Brat. That's what you do. You put a couple seats in the back of this thing with handles. Then it's a car.
That's a wagon.
No, a Brat looks like a pickup.
Yeah, but I think it's still a wagon. It's just a convertible. So. It's a topless wagon.
Yeah, you ride in the back, going backwards. They put those seats back there, so it was a car.
I don't know. That car's gonna break right in half.
No, I'm making sure it doesn't break in half.
The car's not gonna break in half.
We still got to weld something on the inside with these to make it, that structure be like a tube going back with this, and with the pickup bed and these, it'll be like two big rectangular tubes going back. It'll be double walled bed, that double walled all the way back. That'll be a strong beam,
I mean, it's not as if we're gonna take it to the truck and tractor pull and do jumps with it or something. It's just gonna roll around. If it breaks, we'll just take it home and
weld it up again.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's
not gonna break. Everybody's concerned about it twisting and all this, and it's like, look at the Australian Utes. I've looked at. We're doing the same thing.
They don't twist. I mean,
no,
they
could.
Don't
twist. That's right.
Just doesn't happen.
Could a politician do one tack weld? No. Could a politician check their oil? No. That's why they got rid of the dipsticks. And you treat it like jury duty, where they get $9 a day.
We don't discuss politics.
And they can't wait to get back to their job.
This is not financial advice.